the traveling trio. The thrill seeker, the soul searcher, and ahoy, it's the explorer, each helping to protect their money with Chase. Whoa, a lost card isn't keeping this thrill seeker down. Lost her card? Not the vibe. The soul searcher is finding his identity and helping to protect it. Oh yeah, the explorer. She's looking to dive deeper, all while Chase looks out for her. Because these friends have Chase. Alerts that help check, tools that help protect, one bank that puts you in control. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Ready for a change? The Winnebago Adventure Wagon is the ultimate modular van that changes to fit any lifestyle. With its adaptable design, the possibilities of this V6 4x4 Sprinter van are endless. Now discounted to just $109,998. Available at La Mesa and Rec Van.
This is Good Evening San Diego.
Good evening, San Diego. I'm Logan Burns.
And I'm Teresa Sardina. Thank you for joining us.
The Metropolitan Transit System is stepping up security on its trolley and its bus system.
The agency made the announcement today following a satisfaction survey that showed riders were looking for more safety. MTS saying the agency is taking steps to increase the number of officers and improve visibility and response times.
With a hiring goal of adding nearly 60% more uniform code compliance inspectors to our team, we hope to significantly increase our visible presence on both the trolley lines and the buses. We're going to do this by adding 27 more code compliance inspectors to ride the trains during the busiest times. In addition to our staffing plans, we've also set up security outposts at busy transit centers like San Ysidro, 12th and Imperial, where you're at right now, El Cajon, and Lemon Grove.
MTS says that they are also working to consolidate their text and their call helplines into one service. Meantime, San Diego and Tijuana officials are highlighting their cross-border collaborations with an exciting new program update. This is the World Design Capital 2024 unveiling its new Exchange Pavilion design, and it will also be coming to Balboa Park soon. Councilmember Raul Campillo, along with some other local officials, joined at the news conference for more.
An unveiling of the Exchange Pavilion, or the Pabellon Intercambio, which is going to be several months on the Tijuana side of the border, and then several months on the San Diego side of the border in Balboa Park, and the winner of that competition, so that people can come together in one spot and visualize what that interchange of ideas, what that binational community means, and the design is absolutely beautiful.
He also adds that he believes the design is inspiring and will bring more and more tourists to San Diego and Tijuana.
The Otay Mesa Port of Entry remodel is finally complete. Our Salvador Rivera has the latest on the renovation.
This is what you'll see at the Otay Mesa Port of Entry as you approach it from the north on foot. When the crossing first opened 40 years ago, it didn't look quite like this.
This is a facility that has been waiting for a long time for a facelift.
Ramon Riesgo is an engineer with the General Services Administration, which oversaw the $134 million remodel at the Port of Entry. Some of the money was used to expand the commercial side of the crossing where trucks enter the U.S.
We were able to add 5 acres to the compound. Gave us an opportunity not to only expand the number of booths entering the compound, but also being able to add a better circulation to the pattern of the port.
A new administration building was also part of the project.
It houses the federal enforcement agencies operating here, but also deliver other services to the public, easier to access, easier to conduct the operations.
One of the areas remodeled is the pedestrian side of the crossing. They doubled the processing areas for pedestrians, allowing them to cross the border a lot faster.
We went from 6 booths that we had before for the last 40 years to the 12 booths that we have today. With all the technology necessary for CBP to be able to expedite the operation.
According to Riesgo, more work is in the process, including a new floor where commuters and CBP officers walk out of the inspection areas. Salvador Rivera, Border Report.
A pharmaceutical company has introduced a new alternative to opioids. Some new data from the experimental drug, which is called VX548, shows that the medicine can reduce acute pain. The drug manufacturer, Vertex, says the drug was safe and it was also well tolerated among those who took part in this test period. The company is planning to apply for FDA approval of VX548 later this year. It is hoping that this drug does not carry the same addictive qualities as traditional opioids.
And meanwhile, the weight loss business is booming. The company behind Ozempic and Wegovy is seeing its evaluation soar past $500 billion threshold. You may remember Novo Nordisk initially marketed as the drug as treatment has a valuation of $506 billion, and according to CNBC, which analyzed data from the London Stock Exchange Group, Novo is now Europe's largest company. It plans to boost U.S. supplies of Wegovy.
All right, we are watching that storm fast approaching. Of course, last week's storm has placed a huge financial burden on the community. So SDG&E is now offering a number of emergency services to help San Diegans.
Yeah, billing could be discontinued or disconnected for severely impacted customers, and folks who are impacted will also be granted expedited move-in and move-out service requests. While the emergency protections are in effect, SDG&E will ask CARE-FARA or medical baseline customers to verify income. Bill discounts and debt forgiveness are also available. And for a full list of emergency services, visit sdg.com/recovery resources. Right there on your screen.
What are we in store for here tomorrow?
Oh my goodness.
It's such a beautiful day. It's warm and sunny. It's going to be a drastic change tomorrow.
It is. And you know what? We had some weather people over here from the Big Nickel, and I thought that I would be doing some teaching, but oh my gosh, I don't know what's in the water over there. We had Christelle and Sarah over here, and they're talking about GEM computer models, the HRRR CONUS. That would better indicate the wind speeds. I'd use the Barron's 3K for that and the rainfall. And I'm like,
wow.
Whoa. I'm talking about the students teaching the teacher here.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Where's my Aurora Borealis?
Here we go. Here's what it looks like outside. Here's that big low just to the west of us. It's going to continue to push into the area. It will produce a tremendous amount of rainfall as we head into the next 24 hours. We're looking for this cold front to move through. Once the cold front moves through, that's when we're going to have the cooler air begin to move through the area, and that northwesterly swell will begin to push into the area, and the northwesterly winds will begin to push in here as well. Now we're looking for big waves as well as rainfall. So the rainfall gets here as we head into the overnight hours tonight. Here's the atmospheric river. It's about 1,000 miles long, 350 miles wide, and it's going to move through the area, very classic pattern. They're now sending Hurricane Hunter planes into those atmospheric rivers, so they're dropping the pods in there, and they're getting the rainfall totals, the barometric pressure, they're getting the wind speeds, and they're measuring how wide and how long this particular atmospheric river is. Again, it's going to produce a tremendous amount of rain over the next 24 hours. And here's what it looks like as we head into the overnight hours on Thursday. So this is at midnight. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By 8 a.m., we're going to see a great deal of rainfall from Oceanside to Poway over to La Jolla. Temecula's getting some rainfall. Valley Center, Julian getting some rainfall. Light precipitation. The green area is level 1. Yellow, level 2, then you get 3, 4, and 5. This is producing about ½ an inch of rain an hour. This is producing about 1 inch of rain per hour. Now, by 10 a.m., we'll see some big cells developing in and around San Diego, Hotel Circle, Kearny Mesa, Serra Mesa, Santee, La Jolla, and just to the north of Bonita and also Chula Vista. Then it moves out of here. We get some wraparound moisture. The cooler air begins to filter in behind it, and we'll see some rainfall develop in and around the mountains, and also some snowfall. We're going to drop snowfall levels to right around 4,000 feet. So again, rainfall, a good amount, will also happen not only in the South Bay, but in the North County as well. We're looking for 1 inch to 2 inches to 3 inches of rainfall with this first storm. Then we have another storm on top of that, and that comes next week. Here are the rainfall totals with this first storm. We'll talk about this storm and the second storm that is due to arrive Sunday night and how much rainfall we're expecting with that one. And it's a lot because it stalls out for a while. Talk about it all coming up here in just a minute. Logan, Teresa?
My goodness.
All right, thank you, Mark.
Thanks. So after last week's flooding, San Diego city leaders are also warning residents of more heavy rain, as you just heard Mark saying, starting tomorrow.
Yeah, our Zara Barker joins us live with an update on the city's storm preparations. Zara.
I lost my IFB, so I'm not sure if you Logan and Teresa just tossed to me, but I think it's maybe my turn. So I just want to let you guys know we are here at the base of Choyas Creek. This is where a lot of the flooding was happening over the last week, of course, with that big storm that we saw. Now, I want you to just take a look behind me. A lot of the debris and vegetation have been cleared out, but now one of the big issues that remains now is this standing mud. A lot of people concerned that this mud could block a lot of the rain that we're getting. And of course, people concerned we could see even more flooding.
Do not wait for the heavy rain and the flooding to start to begin those evacuations.
Hey, I can't San Diego leaders with a stark warning for residents in low-lying areas. Get out before the storm.
If you are willing and able, we are encouraging residents in these low-lying areas to seek alternative accommodations. The city is establishing a shelter at the municipal gym in Balboa Park, and we're providing transportation to those who need it.
The city says police are on standby, ready to go door to door if a mandatory evacuation order is needed.
This warning is voluntary, and it is designed to encourage residents in these flood-prone communities to prepare if and when evacuation does become necessary.
The city says there will be extra public safety staffing with an additional 8 swift water rescue crews and 2 funded by the state, plus 350 transportation and stormwater employees ready for the storm.
As much as we have been focused on helping residents in these impacted communities recover, we've also been preparing for the rain event that will come tomorrow.
As cleanup continues from last week's devastation, one major focus has been Choyas Creek. Officials say the local emergency declaration has allowed them to cut the red tape and have more than 100 staff clear 4 miles of channels.
And now that the Choyas Creek and Cottonwood Creek channels have been maintained, we have restored the channel capacity, which will help ensure the channel is able to best handle the upcoming stormwater runoff. It's important to note that this work has been critical to help minimize flooding. However, we cannot prevent flooding.
And of course, as she was just saying, the 4 miles of channels that have been cleared, one of them right here behind me near Choyas Creek, or the Choyas Creek, is what they've been talking about, hoping that this will be enough to let the water continue to flow and that this mud or debris that is still kind of standing and stagnant here won't be an issue should we see a lot of rain in the next couple of days. But once again, Mayor Todd Gloria issuing that evacuation warning, urging anyone who is living in these low-lying or flood-prone areas to get out and evacuate ahead of the storm that we're seeing in the next couple of days. For now, we're live along Choyas Creek. Zara Barker, KUSI News.
Sure does look like a whole lot of mud there. Thanks, Zara. Hopefully that is enough for the next rain on the way. So County Supervisor Chairwoman Nora Vargas postponed her scheduled State of the County address today, instead calling for a day of service.
Yeah, she's asking the community to donate at 4 community centers, including the Jackie Robinson Family YMCA. The Y, like the other centers, has plenty of donated clothing, but all are in need of cleaning supplies, especially bleach and baby products, including diapers. They're asking for such donations in the days ahead as well. And we spoke to Richard LaArca and his wife Myra, who were picking up needed items after their car repair shop at 33rd and Newton was flooded out. And Richard spoke to KUSI's Ed Lenderman earlier today.
We're picking up, just trying to see if we can get cleaning supplies. That's what we mainly need right now.
That's what everybody is saying. We need cleaning supplies.
Yes. We're here for cleaning supplies. Just try to get some information about what other resources are available right now. Because we've been impacted since last Monday. We have not been able to do any type of work due to the flood. We got over 4 feet of water damage. So we're just here trying to get information as to what kind of help we can get right now.
What about the Spring Valley Library Resource Center? Too far away, or?
I haven't had time because I'm so busy cleaning right now that I need to make my way out there.
So the Y also had sandbags available, and adjacent to that effort, a truck from the San Diego Food Bank.
President Biden says the United States will respond after 3 American soldiers were killed and dozens were injured in a drone strike in Jordan carried out by Iranian-backed militants. But concerns of a war are growing among those on Capitol Hill, and that's been the concern since the war between Israel and Hamas began. and Iranian-backed groups have refused to stay out of the conflict, targeting U.S. troops in the Middle East more than 150 times in recent months and attacking ships in the Red Sea. Iran's government has denied involvement in the drone strike and says it is not seeking tension with the U.S.
We've got to have a strategy to deal with that reality, reset comprehensive strategy to deal with Iran. A military strike here is very appropriate, and it has to have the right target in mind so that Iran will finally begin to shut down these proxies.
Republican lawmakers are pushing the Biden administration for a bigger response. Senator Lindsey Graham says, hit Iran now, hit them hard. And Senator John Cornyn wants to target Tehran.
Prisoners of war returned to Ukraine. Russia and Ukraine say that they have exchanged more than 200 prisoners of war earlier today. This after last week's plane crash that Russia claims was carrying Ukrainian POWs. The January 24th crash led to some Russian officials questioning the opportunity for prisoner swaps in the future. A Ukrainian official saying that this was the 50th exchange since the start of the war, with more than 3,000 POWs returning to their home country.
Coming up, testimony today on Capitol Hill over big tech.
Oh boy, this was really interesting. Coming up after the break, we'll have details on today's hearing and why some people believe that these companies aren't doing enough to protect children.
With an available interior work surface, an available Pro Power on board that acts as a mobile generator, Ford F-150 has all the capability and technology you need. Because when we are unidos, we are stronger. Right now, lease a Ford F-150 STX for just $419 a month, only at your San Diego County Ford dealers.
If you need to cut into concrete for any reason, call Cable Pipe and Leak Detection before you start. Our high-tech ground-penetrating radar equipment will help you avoid costly and dangerous mistakes. Call Cable Pipe and Leak Detection, the company contractors trust.
After my car accident, I wondered what my case was worth, so I called the Barnes firm.
I'm Rich Barnes. Is your accident case worth more than insurance offered? Call the Barnes firm now to find out. You might be surprised.
Clippers take on the Miami Heat. Sunday at 3 on KUSI. You're watching Good Evening San Diego.
Well, hundreds of people working for San Diego City College got a massive pay raise on January 1st. The minimum wage is now more than $30 an hour. That's about $63,000 a year. Leaders at the college say that it is the right thing to do, hoping others will follow their lead. KUSI's Dan Plant joins us live from the City College campus in downtown, and he's got more on this. Hey, Dan.
Hello there, and you know, I think a lot of people's ears are perking up right about now at $30.58 an hour is the minimum wage for permanent full-time workers here at City College, and they were inspired. The folks here at City College were inspired by some of the other businesses around the world who are raising the minimum wage so they can raise people's lifestyle, including Target and, of course, the fast food. You know, $20 an hour is the minimum now for fast food workers, or coming up soon here in California. So obviously everything's more expensive, and if the wages stay the same, people are going to end up on the streets. People are going to end up getting kicked out of their houses. They can't pay their electric bills. We've seen it. We know there are thousands of people sleeping on the streets of San Diego right now. One of the reasons is because it is so expensive to live here. Well, the folks at City College said, enough is enough. We're going to treat our workers with the respect that they deserve, and we're going to give them a raise, a living wage. Take a look.
Higher education has always been a stepping stone to a better life. For the students, it's an avenue to a professional job and a higher income. But here at San Diego City College, it's not just the students on campus that are planning for a better life. Starting at the first of the year, every full-time worker just received a mind-blowing raise that will change everything.
This raise is great. This raise is going to help out. It's going to help everybody here. You need it living in San Diego. Yeah. And especially the way the economy is everywhere. So the raise it's going to be a lot of help for everybody.
Yeah. So did it already kick in?
It already kicked in. This is my first paycheck that had the raise on it, and it was nice to see.
Never before has so much money been given to so many people at one time within the City College system. In this case, it was a moral decision more than financial.
Moral, ethical, right decision. Folks are going from making about $40,000 or so a year to over $60,000 a year. They're going to be able to buy gas. They're going to be able to buy groceries. They're going to be able to go out to the movies, enjoy their life. And this was the right thing to do. I'm glad I work at a place that put our employees first.
It's always been the goal of higher education to lead people out of poverty to reach that living wage at least. But the leadership at San Diego City College realized the dilemma. Hundreds of their own employees didn't make a living wage, so they took the bold step to make it right.
Our focus is on equity. Here we are telling students that they can go to the upper middle class, the middle class, and we have employees who aren't in the middle class, struggling in America's greatest city, but most expensive city.
Using a living wage calculator that was developed by MIT, the new minimum wage for any full-time worker at City College, $30.58 an hour, almost twice the state's minimum wage. That amounts to $63,600 a year, a raise of almost $20,000 a year for hundreds of workers.
I'm going to be able to pay some things off, debts from the past and everything. And I could just live a little bit more comfortable life living here in San Diego.
And it's not just the full-time workers getting a huge bump. Part-timers, including student workers, will now be starting at over $22 an hour.
I noticed a big difference on the check. I've been checking my finances, and there for a while, especially this last couple months, I was pretty much tapped out. But this raise is definitely going to take care of that.
It took a little magic to move the money around, but given the cost of living in San Diego, the union willingly went along. As a result, some of the higher paid workers will get a smaller raise, so the lower paid workers can get a huge raise and a living wage.
So it takes in inflation, it takes in cost of living, it takes in all the variables, groceries, gas, and it is a formula that says in order to live in San Diego or to be in the middle class, you need to be making at least $30 an hour.
And now they are. And yeah, that was the MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. They have this living wage guide. You can Google it and find out exactly how much money you need, whether you're a single person, married person with kids and whatnot. And it tells you how much money you need to live in any particular city. And in this particular city, it's over $60,000. And that would be barely making it with the price of rent and water and electricity and all those other things. And by the way, yes, they were inspired by other corporations like Target and McDonald's and the fast food workers who were basically forced to raise their minimum wage, but they are now at $20 an hour for fast food workers. And, they looked around and said, wait a minute, our people are living on the edge out here. We need to give them this boost. And they found that way. And the reason they were able to do this is because of the massive cost of living increase from the state of California this year. The school system got 8.3% increase for cost of living. 8%. Let that absorb for 1 year. Who else is getting an 8% raise year to year and actually catching up with the cost of living? Not many, I'll tell you that right now. So because of that money that came from the state of California, they were able to shift it around, work with the unions. The higher paid folks don't get quite as large of a raise coming up, but the lower paid folks are actually being paid a living wage. And this, as Ricky Shabazz, Dr. Ricky Shabazz from City College here said, basically this is what everybody should do. Otherwise, we're going to see our society continue to deteriorate as we see every single day in front of our very eyes here in San Diego. So good on them here at San Diego City College for sure. And believe me, the folks who are walking around here who had their heads hanging low, their heads are high. And that is worth, well, as they say, priceless. Throw it back to you.
That's wonderful news. Thank you so much, Dan. Well, lawmakers on Capitol Hill have some very unusual proposals to bring down the cost of higher education under the new College Cost Reduction Act, which would make significant modifications to how colleges and the student loan system operate. Among the biggest changes, holding colleges accountable for debt held by graduates who don't make enough money to pay down their loans. In other words, schools would be forced to pay up if the students ended up earning less than predicted.
The new economics of college have left millions of families across the country questioning what to do next. A Band-Aid simply won't do.
Democrats are pushing back, pointing out that the plan would leave schools with a mountain of debt. For example, the University of Southern California would be liable for about $170 million in fines under the new bill.
The Federal Reserve has made its latest decision on interest rates. As expected, the Fed is leaving the rates unchanged at a range of 5.25% to 5.5%. That is where they have been for the past 6 months. Chairman Jerome Powell saying that the central bank is done raising interest rates, but they aren't ready to start cutting rates just yet either. He also noted that inflation has fallen without much damage to the labor market.
The Senate Judiciary Committee grilled the chief executives of 5 big tech companies today about how their platforms are hurting children. Republicans and Democrats say social media companies need to do more to safeguard children from the online world. Anna Warnicki is in Washington with more.
Senators didn't hold back during today's hearing, telling the executives of the largest tech companies that they are directly to blame for the dangers kids face online.
Your product is killing people.
Republicans and Democrats blasted the CEOs of TikTok, X, Meta, Snap, and Discord for not doing enough to keep kids safe.
The internet is dangerous, including your platforms.
Senators singled out Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg for Instagram's lack of safety tools to protect young users from explicit content.
You have blood on your hands.
Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
Zuckerberg then stood up and turned to the parents in the audience who say Instagram contributed to their children's suicide and apologized. Zuckerberg and the other executives told senators their companies are already taking steps to protect minors.
Last year, X suspended 12.4 million accounts.
But the CEO of TikTok admits more can be done.
No system that any one of us can build is perfect. But what we need to do is to make sure that we are always improving it and testing it against bad people who may try to bypass it.
Still, senators say that's not enough. They're calling on Congress to pass one of the several bipartisan bills proposed that would hold tech platforms more accountable.
I'm so tired of this. It's been 28 years, since the internet. We haven't passed any of these bills because everyone's double talk. It's time to actually pass them.
Klobuchar says the reason those bills haven't passed Congress is because of big tech companies' opposition. For now, in Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki. Back to you.
The contract between Universal Music Group and TikTok expires today, so that could mean no more Taylor Swift, Bad Bunny, or Drake songs on the app. The companies have been arguing over artist compensation and artificial intelligence. UMG also says that TikTok is not protecting their users online properly. TikTok says that the move is sad and disappointing.
Wow. Well, Visa and its vanilla gift cards are in the legal hot seat, and it's shining a light on a new scamming method. In a proposed class action lawsuit, a New York man claims he was scammed out of $4,000 after he bought 8 different gift cards, but then learned they were all emptied out. The lawsuit alleges the gift cards are sold at major retailers in thin cardboard sleeves that thieves can access and get account information without it being noticed. The thieves could then monitor the card's balance on the web portal and spend the money. The lawsuit claims Visa and the card's issuers did nothing to add extra security features to the cards and did not provide a refund after the money was stolen.
Imagine you buy a gift card and then you go try to use it, or a friend does, and they say, "I'm sorry, we don't have the money there in the gift card." So that's a shame. All right. So another storm is moving into San Diego County. This time, city residents are preparing better. At least that's what we're being told.
Yeah, after the break, details on how people in Chula Vista are gearing up in case flooding happens once again. But first, here's meteorologist Mark Mathis.
Yeah, I saw a lot of folks today clearing out debris, clearing out some of the riverbanks in and around the San Diego River to make sure that it doesn't flood. But we're going to get a lot of rainfall in a very short period of time. And then we're going to watch another atmospheric river begin to push in here as we head into next week. A whole lot of rainfall over the next 10 days. We'll talk about it coming up next.
Tomorrow on Good Morning San Diego, bracing for more wet weather. We're tracking the latest storm sweeping through the county.
Plus, how San Diegans are honoring Black history through the month of February. Details tomorrow.
Before I had implants from New Day Smile, I could barely eat, and I was so embarrassed to smile.
Arden came to New Day Smile in a lot of pain. He had multiple missing teeth and chronic dental disease. We were able to solve all his problems with dental implants.
I feel so much better. I'm excited to smile, and I can finally enjoy the foods I love. New Day Smile changed my life.
Don't suffer any longer. Please give us a call to schedule your free consultation and 3D scans.
America, a nation of doers, dreamers, and fighters. And this great nation deserves a news network that doesn't take sides, but instead is built to bring us back together.
News Nation's not going anywhere.
News Nation is here to tell the story of all Americans without the partisan agendas, with respect for all of us. See why America's fastest growing cable news network is News Nation. News for all America.
Oh boy. Which one of you girls tore the patio door screen? Darby? Riley? Hey, Karen!
Gene and I both know firsthand that accidents do happen. That's why Window World's warranty covers parts, labor, glass breakage.
And yes, Riley, even the screens for life.
Right now, get a house full of windows and one patio door starting at just $52.59 or as low as $81 per month.
Window World, improving homes, changing lives.
Focusing on the basics and using strong fundamental analysis and extensive company research is why we believe we are San Diego's choice to grow your investments. We don't use commission-type products at Wilsey Asset Management. We are a fiduciary-based investment firm.
Register today and get free access to our monthly workshops to learn the secrets of our long-term success. See our investment strategy firsthand. We manage our personal portfolios as we invest yours.
Don't miss a boat on investing with fundamentals.
You're watching Good Evening San Diego.
Well, some of San Diego's favorite radio stations are hosting a donation drive today until 5 p.m. at the iHeart Studios.
KUSI's Casey McKinnon was out there this morning and spoke with some radio personalities about today's drive to help flood victims.
Well, you don't want to bring money and you don't want to bring like any kind of food. I did not realize until this morning, Sarah actually let me know that they're not accepting those things. But I would say just think about things like head to toe, even hats. Like we haven't mentioned hats. Think about that. Beanies, socks, shoes, all of those things. Heck, Costco's got 32 degrees, these really good long johns that are super thin. If you can do that, it's a really good thing to bring.
We're having fun, but it's all for a really great cause. And you've been out here since we got here at 7. How are things going so far?
Well, it's so amazing the way people choose to help people, right? And just a week ago, right, in a matter of hours, entire homes were devastated. People had to swim out to safety, and they've lost everything. So we need everything that you need for daily life, diapers and toilet paper and toothbrushes and dry socks. And really, it's so touching. Each person who gets out of their car, they want to linger, and yet they move through efficiently. But they're all so touched because I think we all heal through service.
This got all started at 8 o'clock. Our promotions team obviously got set up a lot earlier than that. But it's been amazing how much has already been donated, and we're expecting a lot more donations before 5 o'clock. Awesome opportunity to support fellow San Diegans in this effort to help the victims of the flooding that occurred just over a week ago.
So you've got about 25 minutes if you'd like to help. That's because until 5 p.m. today, you can drive up to the iHeart Studios. They are in Kearny Mesa if you'd like to make a donation.
Just don't speed.
Don't speed. Just get there safely.
Closing soon.
We have got some more rain expected tomorrow and in the next few days. Chula Vista is giving residents some free sandbags.
Yeah, residents may obtain up to 10 free sandbags and show proof of residency to receive them. The distribution started yesterday and it runs through tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Distribution is at the Chula Vista Public Works Facility on Maxwell Road and can be found by following signs to the area. And after the flooding from the last storm, many residents are eager to get sandbags now, preparing for what may be an even worse rainfall ahead.
We had a lot of water coming through our garage. It kind of flooded that area. So the things that we had in the garage, we had to take them out, dry them. I had to get towels to kind of try to dry everything out. And it's an issue that I think, we're anticipating is probably going to be a lot worse now. And I didn't get sandbags before, but I thought I needed to make a wise decision and get sandbags now.
For more sandbag distribution info and help with storm preparations, you can find all the details at alertsandiego.org.
Mr. Mathis.
Hello. I just kicked, I think, Diane's box.
Well, that wasn't very nice of you.
There we go.
There it is.
There, now you're talking.
There's the kid.
Now I'd be an NFL Hall of Famer.
You
if I was
would.
this height,
now you're too tall.
No stopping you.
Yeah, no kid. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's talk a little bit about the weather. Here's the Sharps Mary Birch traffic cam. The 163 looking great this afternoon. Everything flowing smoothly. It looks like southbound lanes a little stalled out. All right, here's what it looks like outside. 62, a lot of sunshine through the area today. Still have the upper high. It continued to produce clear skies. You got the sinking air with that upper high. Winds out of the south-southwest at 8. The humidity at 75%. Again, we're seeing the southwesterly flow ahead of that cold front that's going to move through the area. So the winds are going to pick up. We have high wind watches, high wind advisories, we have flood watches, and we have high surf advisories as well. Tomorrow is going to be a mellow of a hess. We are going to get a great deal of rainfall. We're going to get strong winds. The snow levels are going to drop to right around 4,000 feet. Here's the low. The low is going to continue to move off. The cold front moving down to the south and to the east. Now our moisture is going to move from southwest to northeast. The cold front moves from northwest to southeast. Very typical atmospheric river. They're flying the planes in there. The Hurricane Hunter planes are now flying into atmospheric rivers. But here's what it looks like over the next 24 hours. And again, a great deal of rainfall begins to develop overnight tonight. Most of it comes between 10 and 2 tomorrow, 10 a.m. and 2 a.m. Really beginning around 8. You can see the rainfall intensifies. These cells all producing about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain per hour. That doesn't mean you're going to get 1.5 inches of rain in an hour, but that's what these cells are producing. Again, you can see this moisture moving from southwest to northeast, and then the cold front moves through. Then you get the cooler air. That's when you get the snowfall levels that begin to drop with the cooler air and the moisture moving through the area. So here's some rainfall totals for you with this first storm. Rainfall totals look impressive. We are going to get about 1.5 inches. We'll set the bar at right 1.5 inches. Some folks will get more, some folks will get less, but 1.5 inches of rain, 2.2 in Oceanside, and they'll get a little over 1 inch in Encinitas, 0.87 in La Jolla, almost 1 inch in San Diego, and 1.5 in Alpine and Palm Grove, and a little over 1 inch in El Cajon. And then we'll add a little bit to that with the wraparound moisture and more on the rainfall totals with San Marcos getting a little over 1 inch and almost 1.5 inches, 2 inches in La Mesa, Santee 2 inches, and 2 inches in Coronado. Okay, so again, 3-foot waves, and we are seeing that strong low beginning to develop just to the west of us that is going to impact our weather as we head into next Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So here's your forecast for KUSI. Witness forecast 60% chance of rain on Friday with a high of 60 on Saturday, 62 on Sunday, and then a chance to get some rainfall Tuesday and Wednesday. 70 to 80% chance to get some rainfall. And then in the inland areas, 59, 58. So a lot cooler over the next 48 hours with that cold front moving through. 100% chance to get some rainfall on Thursday. 70% chance to get some rainfall on Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to get wet next week, folks. 2 to 4 inches of rainfall in addition to the 2 inches of rainfall that we're going to get over the next 24 hours. So there will be some flooding next week. There's going to be some flooding around the area tomorrow. Take the necessary precautions. Please clear out all the debris. It's too late to fix the drainage areas, but we can do some things to prevent flooding from happening in your neighborhood. All right, so 41 for a high in the mountains, 35, 38, 45, 44, 42. Chance to get some rain and snow next week. Next week's storm is going to be a much warmer storm than this particular one. 60 for a high in the deserts, 60s right on through the end of the week and the weekend. All right, that is a look at your weather. Let's send it back to Teresa.
Thank you, Mark. Well, it is a race to the altar for Valentine's Day, at least in Coronado, because that is where they're hosting the Coronado Valentine's Day Run, a celebration of love and fitness this weekend. Joining us now to discuss the race is the directors for the event, Carrie Panic and Jennifer Nanista. Don't panic because of this topic of love. I love it. Love is in the air. And I love this topic. I'm a hopeless romantic, so it's going to be an amazing event on Sunday. Welcome. Tell us about what's going on.
Well, thank you so much for having us. We have this race every year. I think it's his 14th year right now. But we have this wonderful opportunity for people to come renew their vows at the start line or just come run the 5K, 10K, or even a 1 mile.
This is so great too. Mark was actually covering it last year. Was he wearing the bib that says available, taken, or complicated?
I think it might have been complicated or all three. I'm not sure.
Something like that. That's just so creative. It's bringing everyone together. And what an event. It's a run for Valentine's Day, and people could get married or renew their vows. How many people actually get out there and renew their vows?
Well, last year was about 100 couples, and that was our biggest one yet. So we're hoping to break that record this year. And because it's probably not going to rain this Sunday now, we might have that turnout.
All right. And Jennifer, how can people get tickets? How can they sign up, register?
So we do have packet pickup and registration this Friday from 3 to 6 at Roadrunner Sports, and then also at the venue on Saturday from 10 to 2. So they can register on Active, register on our website, valentinesday10k.com. And if they're winners, they get these nifty little tiki mask prizes.
I like that. I love the medals as well. Look
it's
at
got
this.
some weight, huh?
Very nice. So everyone will get one of these?
Yes.
Wow, this is so special. Are you going to have marriage counselors on site as well?
Well, Pastor Bobby, he's going to be our officiant, is a pretty darn good marriage counselor. So if you need it, you can always ask him.
Yeah. And what is the response you're getting from so many participants in an event like this?
Oh, they love it, and they really love the matching bibs. So if you're on the run, people wear them and they can match up and look for a single person, or, you know, little kids are like, it's complicated. And so it's fun. We have a lot of fun with it. It's always been a great event. Love to come out and celebrate love.
Well, we want everyone out there on Sunday. Again, what time should people get there to pick up their information?
So again, Friday at Roadrunner Sports from 3 to 6, Saturday at Tidelands Park from 10 to 2, and then Sunday morning beginning at 6 a.m. we'll still be accepting registrations. They can come pick up their bib and be ready to run. Mark said it isn't going to rain on Sunday, so come on out.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are probably a little nervous watching this segment, a lot of pressure on them maybe, because I know if the couples were like, oh honey, I want to go on this run. If your partner does not want to go on this run with you on Sunday, that could be a red flag as well. Right?
There you go.
Right? If a man or woman does not want to go on that run on Sunday and their partner is like, oh, I don't know, I want to go. Okay.
Well, that's why we have the 1 mile too, because you know everybody could pretty much walk a 1 mile, right? So you can't say you can't make the distance.
Yeah, I love it. Well, thank you so much, Carrie and Jennifer. I appreciate it. And
thanks for having us.
Of course, love is in the air. All right, Logan.
Okay, thanks guys. Tomorrow kicks off Free Senior Month at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, and there you can take an exciting expedition on the African tram to spot herds of giraffes and rhinos wandering among kangaroos, or stop by some animals you don't normally check out. KUSI's Ali Wagner was there earlier this morning and got a preview.
Oh, just walk in the door, honestly. Just go up to guest relations, present some form of ID, and just come in absolutely free for the month of February. And I might add, too, because of that, I wanted to also recommend people to think about maybe an added experience when you come into the park, especially during Seniors Free Month. In particular, we have new things offering this year. One experience right behind us right now with someone or two individuals that people know, Frank and Monroe. Now, if you look behind me, you're going to see our Western lowland gorilla, Bachelor. Bachelor Troop. Now, those who've been members know our original troop here at the Safari Park with Winston and the females. Frank and Monroe grew up there, right? But now we have this beautiful space available for them where you can only experience at the moment during our ultimate safaris, and in the future there'll be other safari experiences. So Seniors Free Month, great time to think about those added experiences, right, that you can highlight.
All right, so guests 65 and older must present a valid photo ID at turnstiles for free entry. Parking is not included, however. All right, we're talking Oreo cookies. You're a fan of the Oreo, right?
No.
You hate them.
You should know that.
Hate an Oreo. Do not bring the Oreos around, don't like them. Oreos will be dipping in for the Super Bowl coming up.
After the break, who is featured in their new ad, and she's a little hard to keep up with.
Cajon Ford is your desert season headquarters. Visit elcajonford.com.
Steam Stories on KUSI News, featuring innovative work within the fields of science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. Discover how art and science impact our community. Watch Steam Stories on KUSI News. Sponsored by your San Diego County Toyota dealers.
San Diego sports action with Brandon Stone only on KUSI.
At La Mesa and Rec Van, our massive inventory of top brand used motorhomes saves you money. Winnebago, Tiffin, Integra, many with under 10,000 miles and all discounted to the price posted. Selection and savings at La Mesa and Rec Van or LaMesaRV.com.
Hey Phil, ASI fixes a lot of furnaces we didn't install. Ken, we're trained to fix any brand. That's white glove service. Did you say train? Boom! Let ASI fix you up.
ASI, the white glove guys.
Renovate, restore, reimagine at the San Diego Home Improvement Expo. Over 100 exhibitors offering top quality products, special show deals, design experts and licensed contractors on site. From kitchen and bathrooms to backyard built-ins and room additions. Everything you need to make your dream home come true, all under one roof. The San Diego Home Improvement Expo at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Admission is free.
1 in 5 Americans will experience a mental illness this year. Mental illness isn't just a statistic. It's a reality many of us face every single day. But you don't have to face it alone. Jackson House offers comprehensive mental health and addiction treatment. Learn more at jacksonhousecares.com.
When adventure beckons, from the ocean to the mountains and everywhere in between, make sure you answer the call. Discover a new Integra Aqua XT Super C. Now just $214,998. La Mesa and Rec Van, your Super C headquarters.
That's a beautiful shot.
Very nice.
Welcome back. Oreo has hired a reality TV star for their Super Bowl ad.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Can we help you?
I have a delivery for Athena.
Twist on it? Yeah. Cream on the right, we let him in. Oh, welcome to Troy.
Oh, thank you.
Should we report this?
I just twisted on it. This never happened.
So every little detail about our family will be on TV? Who would watch that? All right, let me twist on it. Hope you can keep up.
Who would watch that? Keeping Up with the Kardashians' mom and manager Kris Jenner making a cameo appearance in the brand's new Twist On It commercial. The ad portrays Oreos as a key part of the iconic moments since the dawn of time, including the creation of the Kardashian reality show.
And the ad is Oreo's second ever in-game spot, coming more than 10 years after the brand's viral dunk in the dark tweet during the game in 2013. You know, Kris is my favorite out of all of them.
That's safe.
It's great.
Let's clarify 3 things. One, it's not a mom and manager. It's a momager.
Right.
Okay.
Just got that straight. 2,
Yeah.
the fake thing about the Oreo, when you pull it off, you can't just twist it clean. No one ever gets a clean, dark side of the Oreo, you know. You get some on each side. That's impossible.
Some residual.
Yeah.
You like warm it up
Make
a little
it
bit.
accurate. No.
Are you an Oreo
And then
fan?
yes, we dig the Oreos.
Yep.
I once bought a loved one, the customized Oreos that had the face on them.
Oh.
With the sprinkles on the
How
outside.
did that go over?
It went over very well. In fact, we're almost at the anniversary of it. It was 2 years ago in a couple of weeks
Wow.
when that happened. So, you know. You got to get the
Oreo.
good gifts on the February. You got to take care of the
That's
business.
right.
Y'all ready to laugh?
Let's laugh, baby.
Y'all heard of the haka, the dance the haka?
No.
Well, let's go in the PPR time machine. Take a look at this video. I remember filming this over at Canyon Hills, talking about the wonderful sport of rugby. Were we as good as maybe the folks that do it for a living all the time? No, but it was still pretty entertaining. So we know that we on the PPR side cannot do the haka, that is true. But we do know that New Zealand rugby, the All Blacks, have made it their trademark. And for the first time, they're about to do that on American soil. And our Nick James has more on the match never before seen in these parts.
With the San Diego Legion setting the stage for rugby here in town, two powerhouses will collide, and it means a lot for both teams in more ways than one.
The news of the All Blacks touching down on the West Coast is so exciting for us, especially as a Kiwi, watching American sports growing up. Yet now we have a rugby game when the All Blacks playing in San Diego, and we've just heard San Diego is the most finest city in the country, and I believe that too. So very excited to see the All Blacks come and play against the Flying Fijians.
On Wednesday afternoon here at Snapdragon Stadium, it was announced that the Fiji rugby team will be taking on the All Blacks. Two powerhouses right here in San Diego will be playing right here at Snapdragon Stadium on July 19th.
Because there's a lot of Fijians out here. There's a lot of Pacific Islanders. There are Fijians and Pacific Islanders playing for the All Blacks too. So I believe it'll be a full house and all of them will come out in numbers. And I don't know, maybe there won't be enough space for the people to come in, and maybe they'll be outside there waiting for all their fans, all their players to come out and meet them.
A lot of us growing up always wanted to come to America. San Diego's got a lot of attractions here. You know, you got the zoo, the Padres will start soon, but having a rugby game here and the All Blacks playing, that's what they'll come for.
In New Zealand, which is like really cold. For us coming to San Diego, it's the best place for Fiji to play good rugby in the sun, and it's summer.
I actually don't have a question, I just have a comment. I'm Samoan, my son plays high school rugby at Francis Parker. I just want to express I am so excited about this match. We're such a small group of people, and to see Polynesians featured on stage in the town that I live in now, I just can't express to you how exciting this is and what a wonderful gift this is for all Polynesians here. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
It is pretty special, isn't it? Here's some of the special things you're going to see tonight on the All Sports Report. Basketball in the South Bay, and it's a big deal. Olympian, they were perfect until East Lake beat them. We'll have both those teams in action tonight. Victory Christian and Mar Vista involved as well. And we'll also check on the UCSD basketball program as they continue to make history in our town, including a nice little award they got this week. For now, let's take you back to Monday night. It was Sage Creek. They were facing Mount Carmel in girls soccer. Sun Devils got the lone goal of the game, and it was off the foot of one Michaela Gwynn. And yes, when you hear Gwynn, I do mean that Gwynn. And our Allison Edmonds talking to Michaela about her sports journey and, of course, continuing the family's legacy.
I did pick 9 because of my grandpa and my dad, but I kind of made it like my own. It's like half of 19, like split in the middle.
A piece of the family legacy always with Michaela on the field, but she has been perfecting her sport since she was 5.
I've kind of like bounced off from many clubs, and my mom kind of really got me into it because she played soccer when she was in high school and younger. And so I played at Scripps, I played at Forest, and then I came to City, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really competitive, which is like helps me when I'm in a competitive environment. It helps me like do better.
And that drive has taken her to the Sun Devils, where she has 8 goals and leads the team in assists in a so far memorable season.
We've been doing really good in league. I think we've only lost 2 games out of the 19 games we've played. Being a good leader, I feel like it's just being always positive and helping everyone around you. Like not really being negative, always looking up.
Lessons she learned from the people who inspire her to be the best she can be.
My mom and dad and then my teammates, they push me every day to like be better, and they like go to school with me too, so I'm always constantly being pushed by them. And my dad played Major League Baseball, so he's kind of like also been a help with that. And along with my mom, she's always like doing stuff at home, like driving us to practice, driving us to games. So she's a big inspiration to me too.
And even with the significance of her last name, Michaela is working hard to make her own impact in the San Diego sports world and beyond.
I mean, the pressure's a little there, but since I play a different sport, I feel like it's not as on me. I'm like the first like grandchild too, so like yeah, it is, but I feel like I kind of just have to think of it as like my own path and then kind of building off of that and not comparing myself to others, but use it more of as a boost to like do better.
From Mount Carmel High School, I'm Allison Edmonds.
And one interesting thing about that story, Allison Edmonds, she just was posting that online, and one of the viewers commented, hey, wouldn't it be neat if she ended up playing for the San Diego Wave one day and ended up playing on the same plot of land that her grandfather did? And I thought that was fascinating.
Yes.
That would be great. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah. That would be incredible.
Yeah. All right.
She could do it.
Amen.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you, Brandon.
We're talking about Padres Pedal for the Cause. It returns this April with training and fundraising already underway.
There are so many ways to participate. Ride a bike, spin, run, or walk the 5K, kids activities, volunteer. Everyone can help make a difference, and the money raised stays right here in San Diego.
You decided to get them involved in this.
Oh, absolutely. Back in 2017, we had a family member that was diagnosed with large B-cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and they're doing great now, totally cancer-free. And we thought back then when Amy and Bill Coleman came to us and said, please get involved and pedal the cause, we did. We went all in. And now we're up to almost 100 on this wonderful Fitness Quest 10 team. Thanks to Jeff Bristol and the entire team here, and we're trying to raise almost $100,000 this year for cancer research.
Registration is already open, and you can sign up by visiting curebound.org/PadresPedal, as you see there. All right, an epic new universe is coming to Universal Studios.
After the break, details on the new worlds coming to the park in Orlando. We'll be right back.
Mary Birch, delivering more babies than any other hospital in California.
Your day's first breaking news with Ed Lenderman on Good Morning San Diego.
Beyond Van Gogh, the immersive experience. Now open at the Wyland Center at Del Mar Fairgrounds. Tickets available at vangoghsandiego.com. Beyond Van Gogh.
Last year in California, there were 200,000 car crashes. When a car crash happens, it's important to have an experienced attorney on your side. The Barnes firm has years of experience handling thousands of car crash cases. We will give you the support you need and help to get the best result possible. If you are injured in a car crash, call the Barnes firm now for your free consultation.
The Barnes firm, injury attorneys, call 1-800-8-million.
Power, performance, style. Kick off the new year in a new Toyota. The We Make It Easy sales event is going on now at your Toyota dealer. Get a low 4.99 APR for 60 months on a new Tundra or Tundra iForce Max Hybrid. Ready to show a brand new you in this brand new year? We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Don't you wanna close your eyes and fall asleep?
Now, when you add more unlimited lines to your Cox mobile plan, you save more. You'll pay as low as $30 per line with no annual contracts. It's easy. Meet the mobile plan of your dreams. Running on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. Add more unlimited lines and save with Cox Mobile.
Focusing on the basics and using strong fundamental analysis and extensive company research is why we believe we're San Diego's choice to grow your investments. Register today and don't miss the boat on investing with fundamentals.
Universal is giving us the first look at its highly anticipated new theme park.
It's called Epic Universe and is set to open next year at its Orlando park. It will feature 5 worlds, and some may look familiar, like Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, and Super Nintendo World. With the exciting new addition, Universal is promising more than 50 attractions, entertainment and dining options, as well as shopping experiences. Wow. 5 worlds.
Could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Heading on out there. All right.
We have much more coming up on Good Evening San Diego.
We do indeed. We're going to leave you with this shot, but we will be right back right after this. Good Evening San Diego at 5 starts in just a moment.
KUSI is San Diego.
Hi, this is Adam with Cash Fast San Diego. I'm your local veteran buying houses as is for cash. We buy homes in any condition and any price range. Whether it needs a ton of work or is in good shape, we buy them all. Don't make any repairs or even cleanup. And best of all, no closing costs, real estate fees, or commissions. And if you're in a hurry, we're prepared to close quickly within a few days and put cash fast in your pocket. So give me a call today. I'll come see your home personally and discuss options on how we can help you. Call 619-399-CASH.
Freshen up your home with new flooring during America's Finest Carpet's New Year New Floor Sale. For a limited time, get huge discounts on all our in-stock inventory, all ready for next day installation. Save big on the new 9-inch Caribbean collection of waterproof flooring. With an incredible 25-year residential warranty, only $349 a square foot. Plus, get free financing for 12 months. America's Finest Carpet's New Year New Floor Sale is going on now. Come in or call
1-888-402-AFCC.
Clippers take on the Miami Heat. Sunday at 3 on KUSI.
KUSI is San Diego.
Well, another storm is headed to San Diego.
Coming up on Good Evening San Diego, what preparations the city is taking as residents work to recover from last week's flooding.
Also, employees across the San Diego Community College District are getting a raise. Why the school decided to up their minimum wage and how it's helping people survive in this very expensive city.
Plus, big tech companies were faced with questions over their failure to protect children online. Why some lawmakers say social media CEOs have blood on their hands.
This is Good Evening San Diego.
Good evening, San Diego. I'm Logan Burns.
And I'm Teresa Sardina. Thank you for joining us.
Well, after last week's flooding, San Diego city leaders are now warning residents of more heavy rain coming tomorrow.
Our Zara Barker has an update on the city's storm preparations.
We're here near the base of the Choyas Creek, which is where a lot of the flooding had happened during last week's storm. Now, if you take a look behind me, it looked a lot different just about 9 days ago. Before the storm, citizens tell me there was a lot of debris and vegetation in this creek. Since then, the city has cleared it out, but a lot of people are still concerned with this right behind me, the stagnant about 2 to 3 feet of water and mud.
Do not wait for the heavy rain and the flooding to start to begin those evacuations.
San Diego leaders with a stark warning for residents in low-lying areas. Get out before the storm.
If you are willing and able, we are encouraging residents in these low-lying areas to seek alternative accommodations. The city is establishing a shelter at the municipal gym in Balboa Park.